you were doing during your job shadowing?
So we organized a lot of different workshops, but they were all related to human rights mostly, and they were mostly in schools, kind of like ages 14 until 18, I guess. So yeah, we organized a lot of different ones, and there was also a training course where we did, like I did a workshop about mental health, so that was a different topic. We organized an event about LGBTQIA+. Yeah, I think that's it.
What did you learn about this experience?
I learned a lot of things. I think I kind of fell into this world of like Erasmus Plus and workshops in general, and like these kind of like organizing these events. So I didn't have a lot of knowledge beforehand, and I kind of like learned a lot this year through experience. And then like in this job shadowing, I kind of got a better view of like what do I need to be able to organize a workshop, or like how do I handle a group of people that is maybe different than the people that I would usually talk to or that I would usually like experience in my daily life. And like how do I make a subject accessible to people that don't know anything about it or don't have any like background knowledge.
And what cultural differences have you encountered?
I think between like the Netherlands and Estonia, there's some differences for sure, but it's both very northern. So there's a lot of similarities in the sense that like when you're walking on the street, nobody talks to you, or like even when you're in a shop, like I think here it's more intense, but like when you buy something, you don't make small talk, like you just buy it and that's it. But because I came from Italy, that was kind of a shock, and it was very different because there, like everybody talks to each other all the time, and also like on the street, like people come up to you and ask you questions. So that's definitely a difference. Also, like what was interesting to me is that like we did some workshops like more in the countryside, which for me this is always very different because I really grew up in a city. So like I always kind of forget that there's a big difference between the things that people talk about and like that everybody knows each other, and this like experience of like that sometimes then it's harder to say something about yourself because you know that the other person really knows a lot about you already. So yeah, those things. And something that I really appreciate a lot is, I mean, we already talked about it a bit, but like safety is like so intense here. Like I can go outside at any point and I can go for a walk, and there's like no, like I'm never scared that something will happen. And that was like a big change, especially from Italy, but also even from being at home. So
And what's that one thing that you bring with you home?
I think the fact that the conversations that we have through these workshops are conversations that you kind of have to have everywhere and like all of the time. And it's not only for like, you know, like in a youth exchange where people are there because they want to be there, but it's also like you have to go to places and force people to talk about those issues because otherwise they would never talk about it or think about it, and they could like go their whole life without talking about these things. So I think the fact that I also have a sort of responsibility of bringing these topics to people and not only like waiting for people to come to me and ask me to organize something, but also like taking initiative in that. So yeah.